The wedding scene was beautifully decorated, but I was cold all over at this moment. The two people standing on the stage. One was the female college student who I sponsored for 4 years and treated as my own sister. The other was my current husband who was found cheating on me yesterday and knelt down to beg for forgiveness. They were sharing their sweet and bubbling love life, and I slowly walked up to them. Lu Yin was stunned when he saw me. His eyeballs trembled violently. He threw down the ring box in his hand, turned around and ran away. I grabbed him quickly and looked at the female college student, Cheng Yang. Sister, don't you want to introduce me? Cheng Yang was still immersed in the joy of happiness, and was completely unaware of Lu Yan's fear at the moment. Sister, this is my husband, Lu Yan. He heard that you sponsored me for 4 years and wanted to meet you for a long time. Yes. Fortunately I didn't meet you earlier. Otherwise I wouldn't have seen such a wonderful scene. What do you mean by this? Sister? Cheng Yang looked at me puzzled. I heard you say he has a wife. Is he divorced? Divorced. That vicious old woman must have finally given up. Stop talking, Yang. Lu Yan wanted to stop Lu Yang. Really? Why don't you take out the divorce certificate? I said calmly, without any emotion. Cheng Yang quickly flipped through her phone and said, Sister, I took a photo of the divorce certificate. Come, let me show you. Lu Yan snatched Cheng Yang's phone and looked at me pleadingly. Stop it. Let's go home first. I'll explain to you. Explain? What to explain? Explain why I didn't know I was divorced. Or explain why you held a wedding with someone else. Cheng Yang was struck by lightning. You, who are you? I looked at Cheng Yang with a smile. I am the wife you said, who has been childless for 4 years, has a bad temper like a lion roaring in Hedong, and refuses to divorce. Cheng Yang shook as if she had suffered a huge blow. No. Impossible. Impossible. The MC probably had never seen such a strange scene, hiding aside and eating melons with relish. I took the microphone from him and faced the guests below. Thank you all for coming, but this wedding probably can't go on. After all, Mr. Lu and I are still married. I looked at Lu Yan again. Ms. Cheng is a college student I sponsored for 4 years. I have always taken care of her as my own sister. Now that she has met a good man, as a sister, of course I will bless her. But Mr. Lu, before congratulating you on your happy wedding, shouldn't you go to the Civil Affairs Bureau with me to change your ID card? Lu Yan ran over and held my hand. Wife, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I was just playing with her. I don't want to divorce you, and I won't divorce you. I shook off the scumbag's hand, left a sentence, see you at the Civil Affairs Bureau tomorrow morning, and left the wedding scene. Gulu drove me back to the villa. He was both my driver and my bodyguard. All the way, I was in a trance. Yesterday, I found a woman calling him husband on Lu Yan's phone, and I got into a fight with him in a rage. Later, he knelt at my feet and told me that he was just obsessed for a while. I haven't forgiven him yet, but today he held another woman's hand and got married. I sat on the sofa and spent 4 hours recalling the past 4 years between me and Lu Yan. We met in our sophomore year, fell in love in our junior year, and got married a year after graduation. We also had the surprise of falling in love at first sight. We missed each other as if we had been separated for a day. We made a vow to grow old together and support each other. But now, everything has changed. To remove a person who has been deeply entangled with you from your life, the pain is no less than peeling your bones. But I endured it, so I was reborn. Lu Yan didn't come back until the evening, probably because Cheng Yang was hard to comfort. The cleaning lady I called had packed up all of Lu Yan's things and transported them to the yard. I didn't let Lu Yan in, and said to him directly at the door, "Your things have been packed. Hurry up and move them out." Lu Yan was in a bad mood, and there was a bloody mark on his face from a woman's nails. Jean, do you have to make such a mess? You made Yang suffer so much criticism that she couldn't bear it and committed suicide by cutting her wrists. It took an hour to rescue her, and she is still lying in the hospital. I can imagine what others will say about Chang Yang after I leave. It's nothing more than ungrateful, treacherous, malicious, and repaying kindness with resentment. But what does this have to do with me? Lu Yen, she did it, and she took the man away. Isn't it ridiculous to be both a scumbag and a traitor? I said disdainfully. Lu Yen looked at me with disappointment in his eyes. I didn't expect you to be like this. It's a human life, and you don't care at all. It's enough that you care. Go away, and don't forget to see you at the Civil Affairs Bureau tomorrow morning. After I finished speaking, I closed the door, not wanting to waste any more time with him. Maybe because I cleaned up the garbage. I slept very well that night. I came to the Civil Affairs Bureau early the next morning, but I didn't wait for Lu Yen. He didn't answer the phone and didn't reply to the message. Damn scum, dare to stand me up. I rushed to the company in a rage, and the secretary told me tremblingly that Lu Yen went to the rooftop. The spring sunshine was very bright, and the roses planted on the rooftop were blooming brilliantly. I saw Lu Yen and Chang Yang sitting next to each other in a bunch of flowers, facing the endless blue sky. There were 2 lunchboxes on the table in front of them, one red and one blue. Sunshine, breeze, flowers, 2 people chatting and laughing, beautiful as a painting. My heart was deeply hurt. How does it feel to see your husband fall in love with someone else? Probably like 1,000 arrows, piercing your heart. Oh, you two are really interested, I said, breaking the beautiful picture in front of me. The 2 turned around, and they were a little afraid to look me in the eye. Sister, why are you here? Chang Yang spoke first. I came to see your husband. We agreed to get the divorce certificate this morning. I waited for the whole morning, but I didn't even see his shadow. It turns out that he was here with you to enjoy the romance. I laughed sarcastically. But no matter how much you love each other, you should divorce me first. Otherwise it will be bad to be called a mistress. Lu Yan's face turned even paler. Chang Yang, like a little white flower, held Lu Yan's hand and said sadly, Sister, I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Don't blame a Yen. It's just that we really love each other. Please help us. Help me. Why shouldn't I help you? Come with me to the Civil Affairs Bureau now. It won't affect your getting the certificate in the afternoon. Lu Yen shook off Chang Yang's hand, took me and walked straight to the elevator. Chang Yang shouted anxiously, A Yen. Lu Yen ignored him and pressed the door closing button directly. He looked at me straight. Jean, do you have to get a divorce? Otherwise, I don't want any dirty man. Nothing happened between us. Lu Yen, stop deceiving yourself. Chang Yang told me every step of your progress, but I didn't know that the scumbag was you at that time. Now that I think about it, I just want to vomit. As I said that, I felt very nauseous in my stomach. I opened my mouth and vomited all over Lu Yen, and then fainted lightly. When I woke up, I only saw the snow-white ceiling. Jean, are you awake? Lu Yen called me in surprise. I turned my head and saw Lu Yen sitting on a stool beside the bed, looking at me affectionately, and Chang Yang, who was gritting his teeth at me, was standing next to me. I'm fine. I probably had a stomachache. Don't bother me here. Get out of here. Jean, we have a baby. Lu Yen told me with joy. What? It was like a thunderbolt hitting my head. I couldn't believe it. You vicious woman. You deliberately tied up a Yen with the child. You are really vicious. Chang Yang finally couldn't hold it anymore and completely tore off her disguise. Before I opened my mouth, Lu Yen couldn't help but scolded. Yang, how can you say such vicious words? A Yen, I'm sorry, I'm just too afraid of losing you. And I said something I shouldn't have said in a hurry. Don't be angry. Chang Yang suddenly returned to her pretentious appearance. Don't worry, Chang Yang. I won't keep this child, and of course it won't become an obstacle between you and Lu Yen. Go away. Just as Lu Yen was about to say something, Chang Yang pretended to be very weak. I feel dizzy. Maybe my body hasn't recovered yet. Can you accompany me to see a doctor? Lu Yin could only pick up Cheng Yang and said to me before leaving, Jean, I will come to see you later. You take good care of yourself. I didn't even look at him. As soon as Lu Yin left, I quickly went through the discharge procedures. The next day, I flew to another city and had an abortion as quickly as possible. This child came because of his parents' love, but he left because his parents no longer loved each other. After returning to Heijing City, I stayed indoors and focused on recuperating. Gu Lu told me that Lu Yen refused to divorce and had been looking for me. Cheng Yang became even more extreme because of this, and hired a few thugs to wait for trouble with me. I smiled. In this case, I will give her a chance. The next day after get off work, I deliberately left late. Just arrived at the underground garage. A message popped up on my phone. Someone is following. Come to the 10 o'clock direction. I didn't look back, and ran straight to the left front according to the text message instructions. Click, click, plop a few times. I turned my head and saw that Gu Lu had knocked down the two men who were following me. Too weak. Send them to the police station. I shook my head. Gu Lu instructed his men to send people, and he drove me back to the villa. Madam, good night. He watched me walk into the villa and hid again. I walked into the villa. Cheng Yang was sitting on the sofa, wearing sexy pajamas, eating fruit like a hostess. Cheng Yang was obviously surprised when she saw me come in, and her face turned pale. Sister, why are you back? This is my home. Why can't I come back? You, on the other hand, are considered trespassing. Yes, Lu Yen brought me back, she said as she anxiously dialed the phone. It kept saying that the call could not be connected. I dropped my bag and walked up to her, and said to her softly, Who are you calling? Don't bother. Maybe I know where the person you're looking for is. After all, I just sent two scumbags to the police station. Cheng Yang was obviously frightened, and the phone slipped from her hand and fell on the sofa. I saw the two glaring words husband on the screen, and the number was familiar to me. What a pity. I guess I can't make the call today. You, what do you mean? Because I turned on the signal jammer. I smiled coquettishly. Cheng Yang was really panicked this time, and turned around and ran to the door. I grabbed her and pressed her down on the sofa. Why are you running? I'm in a rare mood. Sit down and have a good chat. What are you going to do? I tell you, if you hurt me, Lu Yen won't let you go. Haha, am I afraid of him? I took out my phone, played the video of the two murderous men howling, and asked her casually, Who did you find? Don't slander me. Is there any evidence to prove that I found someone? Cheng Yang. I'm not a fool. I tied her hands and twisted her over. Pa, you hired someone to follow me, and I slapped you twice. You should be satisfied. Cheng Yang cursed. You bitch. Lu Yen doesn't love you anymore. Do you think he doesn't know that I hired someone to deal with you? Haha, you are just deceiving yourself. My heart hurt so much that I almost couldn't stand still. I tried to calm down. No matter what, I am now Lu Yan's legitimate wife. If you want to get promoted, persuade Lu Yen to sign the divorce agreement. I advise you not to bother me. If you do it again, I won't let you go. I threw Cheng Yang out the door. As soon as I closed the door, I collapsed on the ground. The strength and calmness just now completely collapsed, and I hugged my knees and cried in pain. My husband and the mistress teamed up to hire someone to deal with me. Is there anything more desperate than this? It wasn't long before my phone rang. It was Lu Yen on the other end. With anger, Are you causing trouble for Yang again? I told you that I provoked her first. If you have any dissatisfaction, come to me. This is my husband, my lover of 4 years. At this moment, he was speaking ill of me for another woman. I was cold all over, and my heart was dead silent. Finally, I interrupted his chattering on the other end. Okay, I'll come to you. I hope you'll be at the entrance of the Civil Affairs Bureau on time at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Lu Yen was stunned for a moment, and his voice softened significantly when he spoke again. Jean, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be angry with you, but it's really wrong for you to beat a little girl like that. Lu Yen, I won't say anything more. Let's meet at the Civil Affairs Bureau tomorrow. I hung up the phone after that. Maybe my vision is really too bad. I found a husband who was a scumbag and sponsored a female college student who was a mistress. The next morning, the marriage was still not divorced. I was still waiting for Lu Yen to arrive at the Civil Affairs Bureau, but I only received his call. Lu Yen said anxiously on the other end of the phone, Jean, please come to the hospital quickly. My mother was too excited when she quarreled with Yang. She accidentally fell down and broke her head. She bled a lot. Please come and give my mother a blood transfusion. I immediately became anxious when I heard it and rushed to the hospital as fast as possible. Lu Yan's mother is very gentle and treats me well. She has a coagulation disorder. Since I started dating Lu Yan, I have become her blood bag. When I arrived at the hospital, the nurse immediately took me into the operating room. Looking at Lu's mother's pale face, my heart was very upset. After the blood was drawn, I felt very uncomfortable and walked a little dizzy. The nurse helped me out and sat on the stool. Lu Yan walked over to me and sat down. I looked at him. Tell me, why did Cheng Yang have a conflict with Mom? I wanted my mom to help you not get a divorce, but she overheard it. She went to my mom behind my back, hoping that we could get a divorce as soon as possible. My mom got angry and started fighting. I don't believe your mom would fight. You better go back and check the surveillance. Jean, what do you mean? Are you saying that Yang pushed my mom on purpose? I don't know if it was intentional, but don't you know whether Cheng Yang is a good person? I don't understand what you mean. She's just a little girl, and she loves me too much, so she does things in an extreme way. Are you too hostile to her? I looked at the face of the man in front of me and felt that he was so hateful. I don't know if he was really blinded by love, or if he was protecting his sweetheart against his conscience. I simply stopped arguing with him. Lu Yan, this is your family affair after all. With our current relationship, it's not appropriate for me to interfere too much. When Auntie wakes up, we'll know what happened and everything will be settled. Lu Yan stood up, walked to me and squatted, looking up at me. Jean, are we really going to this point? Can you just abandon our relationship of so many years so easily? Lu Yan, who abandoned you first? Why didn't you remember that there was me at home when you went to bed with Cheng Yang? I'm sorry, I was drunk and was bewildered. Lu Yan lowered his head and said softly, but I promise you, it was only that time. You know I have an emotional cleanliness obsession. If I'm unfaithful once, I won't use you for the rest of my life, I said firmly. Lu Yan held my hand and said, Jean, I am sorry for you. You can hit me or scold me, but I just hope you can give me another chance. Now that you have heard this, please subscribe to Renjian Yanhuo. It is not easy to make. Let's continue our story. I looked at Cheng Yang standing outside the elevator, and suddenly my heart moved. What about Cheng Yang? You have returned to your family. What should I do with her? I was just playing with her. She is just a pastime for me. I will find a chance to fire her and let her leave this city and never appear in front of us again. Cheng Yang's face turned pale, and she walked over slowly and called Lu Yan's name. Lu Yan. Lu Yan was obviously stiff for a moment, and his face became extremely ugly, but he did not look back, but said lightly, since you heard it, then take the initiative to leave. Do you really not want me? Did you lie to me when you said you would give me another wedding? Cheng Yang's eyes were already full of tears. Lu Yan tried to control his emotions and acted ruthless. I warned you from the beginning not to have any extravagant thoughts about me. The only person I love is Jean. You are the one who insisted on getting close to me, saying that you would be willing to accompany me for a period of my life. What are you entangled with now? Cheng Yang fell silent, and the checkup sheet in her hand was wrinkled. What if I say I'm pregnant? Will you be responsible for me? Lu Yan was obviously shocked, turned around in disbelief, and looked at Cheng Yang. It's been 3 months. I just finished the checkup. Lu Yan tried to control his emotions, and the words he uttered were even colder. I won't be responsible. Jean also has my baby. We will have a lovely child. I don't want your child. I will arrange an operation to abort it for you as soon as possible. Chang Yang completely collapsed, rushed over and beat Lu Yan. You are so heartless. This is your child. How can you bear to abort him? The ultrasound report in Chang Yang's hand fell to the ground. The photo on it was dark, but you could vaguely see that it was a baby. Lu Yan stared at the report. His eyes suddenly turned red. His hands clenched tightly, and veins popped out. Chang Yang, be obedient. Abort him. You will get married in the future. After hearing this, Chang Yang cried even harder. If you are irresponsible, why did you let me get pregnant? Who else can I marry? Who else is willing to want me? Lu Yan finally couldn't help but hold Chang Yang's arm. I watched this wonderful drama from the side and couldn't help but applaud. Lu Yan seemed to react all of a sudden and quickly let go of Chang Yang's hand. Chang Yang became even more angry and pointed the finger at me. Zhou Ruijin, what are you so proud of? It's obvious that Lu Yan doesn't love you anymore, but you're still clinging to him. Do you have any shame? Chang Yang was probably furious and started to curse. Chang Yang, why don't you understand that it's Lu Yan who refuses to divorce now? As long as he agrees, I can go get the marriage certificate now. Chang Yang laughed contemptuously after hearing this. Why do you think he doesn't want to divorce? You don't think he still loves you, do you? I tell you, it's because of the prenuptial agreement. I was stunned, and Lu Yan was also stunned. Chang Yang, shut up, Lu Yan said angrily. Why do you want me to shut up? I'm going to tell you. Ian just doesn't want to share your property, so he won't divorce you. Get it, old woman? I slapped her in the face. Chang Yang, I pitied you and funded your tuition and living expenses for 4 years. Not only did you not feel grateful, but you climbed into my husband's bed, although you did something immoral. But I always think that the reason why a man cheats is because of himself, so I never bothered you. But now, you are targeting me everywhere, hiring someone to follow me and murder me, and now you are attacking me personally. Do you think I'm too easy to bully? Stepping on my head again and again. Even if I spend 4 years raising a dog, the dog can guard the door for me. But you, who have eaten my food for 4 years, have raised an ungrateful person like you who is worse than a dog. I stepped forward and slapped her in the face again. Lu Yan finally reacted and tried to block my hand, but he was a step too slow. Chang Yang was completely dumbfounded, covering her face. You hit me again? I hit you. You shameless, ungrateful bastard. A mistress dared to jump in front of me. Chang Yang threw herself into Lu Yan's arms and cried, Lu Yan, are you just going to watch him hit me? I'm still pregnant with your child. Lu Yan didn't say anything, just hugged her silently. His face was pale. His eyes were full of desire. I don't know what he was longing for. Obviously his lover and child were in his arms. Lu Yan, you are such a scumbag. I looked at Chang Yang. Chang Yang, didn't you say this man loves you? I'm telling you today that we don't have any prenuptial agreement. I took out the divorce agreement from my bag and threw it in front of them. Lu Yan obviously didn't want to marry you, and he used me as a shield. But you, a fool, really believed it. This is the divorce agreement. Look at it. The property is divided equally. I hope you can get Lu Yan to sign it quickly. I wish you scumbags and bitches will be tied up for life, and don't come out to harm others again. I turned around and left. The elevator didn't arrive, so I took the stairs directly. Chang Yang couldn't stand it anymore, and rushed over to hold me. I was so angry that I pushed her away. She twisted her feet and fell straight down. I hurried to pull her, but she hugged me tightly, and we rolled down the stairs together. Lu Yan also chased after me. I saw his eyes were red and he was trembling and shouting, Yang, are you okay? Lu Yan ran down and picked up Chang Yang without caring about the pain I was in. He just glanced at me before leaving. Zhou Ruojin, you are so damn kind. This is a life. If anything happens to Yang and the child, I will never let you go. I probably fell on my heart. Otherwise, why would it hurt so much? He kept asking me to forgive him and give him another chance. However, in the dangerous moment, he only had Chang Yang in his eyes and heart. He didn't even have time to ask if my child was okay. A pair of big hands picked me up, and I smelled the clean smell of soap and laundry detergent. I rubbed my head against his chest and said, "Gulu, I'm glad to have you." Gulu carried me to see a doctor. Fortunately, I didn't break any bones. When I fell, I became Chang Yang's meat cushion. There were many bruises on my body, and it hurt so much. My tears flowed out worthlessly, and Gulu reached out and hugged me. That night, I asked Gulu to drive me to Shangji Temple to relax. There were many incense and beautiful scenery there, and my mood became cheerful. Lu Yin called me many times, but I didn't answer any of them. He sent me a text message again, asking if the baby was okay. I sent him the abortion consent form after editing the time. He called me like crazy, and I blocked him directly. The next call from Chang Yang was 3 days later. She wanted to see me. I rejected her because I didn't want to waste time with garbage. She told me persistently, "Zhou Ruojin, do you think Lu Yan really fell in love with you at first sight? Haha, you were deceived and didn't know it was a scam. I just thought she was a lunatic and wanted to hang up the phone." She suddenly said, "Zhou Ruojin, think about it. When did Lu Yan start pursuing you? Think about it carefully." I hung up the phone and thought for a long time, and finally decided to meet Chang Yang. I came to the hospital and found out that Chang Yang was in the hospital to protect her pregnancy. The fall in the stairwell seriously injured her. The usually delicate little face has now become pale and haggard. It's really her own fault. "Tell me, what do you want to talk to me about?" Lu Yin said that your baby is gone. Is it true? I glanced at her and didn't answer. She laughed like crazy. "Zhou Ruojin, you can never keep what is not yours. Now the baby in my belly is Lu Yan's only baby. Now he will definitely divorce you and marry me. If you called me here just to show off to me, then there is no need. I will never give birth to Lu Yan's child in this life, the next life, or the next life." Chang Yang didn't believe what I said at all, and asked me with a superior attitude, "Is it true that you don't have a prenuptial agreement?" Of course, Zhou Ruojin, never lie. Chang Yang's face turned pale. He really lied to me. He told me that you had a prenuptial agreement. If he cheated on me, he would have to leave the house. Ha ha ha. You said it was true love, but I don't think he loves you that much. You have a child now, but he still refuses to divorce me. There is a long way to go. Sister. Chang Yang's eyes were spitting fire from the stimulation. "Zhou Ruojin, do you think Lu Yan really loves you? I tell you, you have been fooled. It was a trap from beginning to end, and you were so stupid to give your heart for several years." I was not stimulated by these words. I tried to calm my mind and waited for her to continue. "Lu Yan is not attracted to you at all, but the blood in your body. You think he really took your report by mistake, but that's not the case at all. He has already found a connection. As long as there is a student with that blood type, the doctor will tell him, and then he will take the opportunity to build a good relationship with you. You are a woman, and you are pretty. His mother asked him to marry you home. Even though I was mentally prepared before coming, I was deeply shocked. Although Lu Yan and I are no longer friends, I always thought he loved me before, but I didn't expect that what I thought was a love was just a scam." I was deeply shocked and left the hospital in despair. Sitting in the car, I couldn't help shaking, holding the steering wheel tightly with both hands, and tears fell like beads with broken strings. I have never wished Lu Yan to die like now. He ruined my life and my love. At this moment, I was burning with revenge. The next day, I went to visit Mother Lu and pretended to accidentally reveal the news that Cheng Yang was 3 months pregnant. Mother Cheng immediately became excited, but pretended to be calm in front of me. I looked at her uneasy expression and sneered in my heart. Their family is really good at acting. After saying goodbye, I walked out of the ward and leaned against the wall. Sure enough, Mother Lu couldn't wait to call Lu Yan. I put on a sarcastic smile and walked towards Cheng Yang's ward. Cheng Yang was not in the ward. I waited for a while before she came back and was surprised to see me. Why are you here again? Don't you want to get promoted? I'll tell you a way. You are so kind. Cheng Yang looked at me with suspicion. I hate Lu Yan so much now and can't wait to get rid of him. Tell me. Lu Yan's mother is eager to have a grandson. You are pregnant now, which is half successful. Then you go and make a fake blood type report and tell him that you have this blood type. It will be strange if he doesn't divorce me immediately. Cheng Yang understood it all at once, but looked at me suspiciously. You are so kind. I think their family is so disgusting. I just want to get out of this quagmire as soon as possible. Good luck. I left the ward directly after I finished speaking, leaving Cheng Yang alone there to ponder. A few days later, I received a call from Lu Yan, asking me to discuss the divorce. Maybe Cheng Yang took action. I took the divorce agreement and went to the place agreed with Lu Yan. Lu Yan still pretended to be affectionate. Jean, I don't want to divorce you, but my mother forced me to be responsible for Yang. I really have no choice. I didn't even need to look at him. I just slapped the divorce agreement on the table and said sign it. Lu Yan took the divorce agreement, looked at it, and reacted strongly. Why should I leave the house with nothing? You cheated on me. I don't agree. Let's divide it like last time. I can sign it immediately. Then it's not up to you. I begged you for a divorce last time and you didn't agree. Now it's your turn to beg me. Then you have to follow my request. Lu Yan hesitated. Jean, sit down for a while. I'll call my mother to discuss it. Lu Yan walked out of the box. I was quietly sipping coffee alone. The phone rang. There's something in the water. Don't drink it. It was Lawyer Gu. I looked at the half-empty coffee in the cup and thought, it's over. I've already drunk half of it. Can't you remind me earlier? You can act. I think this is a good idea. Lu Yan came back about 10 minutes later and said as soon as he entered the door, Jean, my mother doesn't agree. She said we can just not get a divorce. He must have known that I was anxious to get a divorce. I stood up, picked up my bag and turned to leave, but I was in a trance for a moment and almost fell down. I had to hold on to the stool to stand firm. Jean, what's wrong with you? Are you feeling unwell? I feel a little dizzy and uncomfortable. I closed my eyes and passed out. Lu Yan quickly supported me and called me a few times pretending to care. Jean, you are not feeling well. I will help you to go upstairs to rest for a while. After that, he helped me upstairs, entered the room, put me on the bed, took out his mobile phone and made a call. Mom, Jean has fainted. You quickly call that person up. I know. Okay, I'll take a few more photos. At this moment, my brain CPU was running fast, and I soon figured out what Lu Yan was going to do. I thought of Gulu, so I prepared to respond in silence. About 5 minutes later, the doorbell rang. Lu Yan cautiously opened the peephole and saw that it was a strange burly man, and he was relieved immediately. He opened the door, let the man in, and then said, pose more intimately with her. I'll take a few photos. Even if I had a plan in my mind, I was still a little nervous at this moment. I opened my eyes and looked out through my fingers. I was relieved to find that the big man was one of my bodyguards. My bodyguard nodded and knocked Lu Yan unconscious with a palm. I heard the sound of a heavy object falling to the ground, and opened my eyes in shock. The big man had opened the door and let Gulu in. I sat up and asked Gulu, what's going on? Lu Yan hired someone to make up a rumor about your cheating and force you to leave the house. I gritted my teeth and said, Lu Yan is really cruel. Gulu asked me again. Are you okay? Nothing. I only drank half a cup. I'm glad you're okay. What are you going to do now? I thought for a while. Since you are unkind, then I will be unrighteous. I sent a text message to Chang Yang using Lu Yan's mobile phone, asking her to come to this box now. Then I asked Gu Lu and the bodyguard to strip Lu Yan naked and take away all her clothes. 10 minutes later, Chang Yang arrived. I appealed to her with emotion and reason, and she agreed to my plan. After I left, I called the media I was familiar with and told them that Lu Yan was having a secret meeting with a beautiful woman here. As a business talent in Heijing City, Lu Yan has always been clean. Now that they heard the news of his cheating, the media moved, and soon Lu Yan and Chang Yang were blocked on the bed. Lu Yan didn't even have a piece of clothing to cover himself. It was the first time I saw him in such a miserable state. Since the war has started, I have to make comprehensive preparations. Gulu, please help me find a private detective. Gulu held the steering wheel with one hand and took out a business card from his pocket with the other hand and handed it to me. I took it and saw Mingjin Detective Agency President Gulu. I was shocked. How many hidden identities do you have? Gulu smiled for the first time, his bright white teeth like a sharp blade. You want to know? No, I don't want to know. What do you want to check? Lu Yan, his company, family, and Chang Yang. 100,000. 1 week. Deal. Lu Yan called me soon and scolded me angrily. Zhou Ruojin, you vicious woman, you dare to treat me like this. I will kill you. I'll wait. Soon Chang Yang sent me a message, telling me that she had moved into Lu's house and the deal with me was over. I didn't answer. It was a mutually beneficial relationship. A week later, Gu Lu brought the results of the investigation on time. I looked at the black and white words on the A4 paper, and felt that the joke God had played was too big. I took the documents and went directly to Lu Yan's company. As smooth as before, I came to Lu Yan's office. The secretary stood up and tried to stop me, but I was fast and pushed open the door of the office in 2 or 3 steps. When the door opened, I wanted to take off my glasses and throw them into the water to wash. Chang Yang sat next to Lu Yan with a big belly. I turned my back. Ahem, ahem, ahem. In broad daylight, you are so shameless. Chang Yang was angry. Who told you to break into the office without permission? Isn't it time for you to break into my house? Lu Yan straightened his clothes and stood up, patting Chang Yang's shoulder soothingly. Zhou Ruojin, do you have something to talk to me about? Of course. Clear the place. Chang Yang immediately jumped up like an anxious rabbit. Why do you want me to leave? I ignored him and just looked at Lu Yan. Lu Yan still knew me a little bit, and knew that when I said that, it meant that I had something serious to say. Yang, be good. You go outside and wait for a while. I will have dinner with you after I finish talking about things. Chang Yang was happy then. Ian, my baby, and I will wait for you outside. Chang Yang walked out with all kinds of charm, and rolled her eyes at me before leaving. I got straight to the point and put the documents in front of him. Take a look. Watching Lu Yan's face turn from blue to white, and then from white to blue. I don't believe it. How could I not be my mother's child? The facts are right in front of you. What is your purpose? Sign the divorce agreement, or I will give this document to Uncle Lu. Lu Yan gritted his teeth and said, You are cruel enough. Thank you. I replied politely. Give it to me. I handed over the divorce agreement, and Lu Yan signed it without even looking at it. Let's go. Go directly to the Civil Affairs Bureau. Chang Yang also accompanied Lu Yan, and was as happy as if she was going to get the certificate herself. The divorce procedures were handled very quickly. The moment the seal was stamped, I sighed, and it was finally over. After getting the divorce certificate, I felt extremely relaxed, just like crawling out of the mud and regaining a new life. Lu Yan didn't say hello to me, and drove away with Chang Yang directly. I hummed a little song and got into Gulu's car. A few days later, The news that President Liu and Chang Yang were engaged spread throughout Beijing City. They were so eager to get engaged. I guess Liu Yan must have received the fake document I sent him. I looked at the news and laughed out loud. Wait, the good show is still to come. On the day of the engagement, I also received an invitation. So of course I had to dress up to attend. I asked Gu Lu to be my best man, with a reward of 10,000 yuan, and Gu Lu agreed immediately. The entire engagement ceremony went smoothly until the end, when two paternity test reports appeared on the big screen. One showed that Chang Yang and Liu Mama were 99.9% related. The other showed that Liu Yan and Liu Mama were not related. Everyone in the audience was stunned. The daughter-in-law became a daughter, and the son became a son-in-law. Liu Mama's face was extremely dark. The engagement party was terminated immediately, and the two of them came to the hospital. I followed them and watched them draw blood again and do a paternity test again. The results came out soon, and Chang Yang was Liu Mama's child. Chang Yang threw herself into Liu Mama's arms and cried loudly. Liu Mama also comforted Chang Yang while crying. I quietly left the hospital. What is the most brilliant strategy? Half true and half false. Let the opponent fight among themselves, and I just sit back and reap the benefits. 2 months later, Gu the lawyer told me that Liu Yan had transferred 90% of Liu's property, and Liu's was left with an empty shell. So I sent Liu Yan some photos of Chang Yang and other men, implying that the child in Liu Yang's belly was not his. At this time, the child was more than 6 months old. Under Liu Yan's coaxing, Chang Yang underwent amniocentesis. After the test results came out, Chang Yang was beaten by Liu Yan directly to miscarriage. The 6-month-old child miscarried, and Chang Yang had a near-death experience. She bled heavily on the operating table and her uterus was removed. During the operation, family members need to sign an informed consent form. It was at this time that Liu's mother and Liu Yan discovered that Chang Yang did not have a rare blood type at all. They consulted a doctor and did another paternity test, and found that neither Liu Yan nor Chang Yang was his child. When Liu's mother heard the news, she fainted and was sent to the emergency room. I was waiting in the hospital when Chang Yang was sent to the hospital. As soon as Liu's mother woke up, she burst into tears. Where is my poor child? My child, where are you now? I stood outside the ward, listening to the crying and shouting inside, and I felt it was extremely hypocritical. When Liu Yan came back from paying the fee and saw me, his face was very ugly. Why are you here? Of course I came to see your jokes. Get out. Liu Yan was furious. I took out a document from my bag and handed it to him. Liu Yan's eyes were straight, staring at the document blankly. I gave him enough time to think. What do you want? He said with difficulty. I want you to be ruined. Liu Yan looked at me in disbelief. I haven't done anything too much to you. Don't you think it's too much for you to treat me like this now? Liu Yan, you dragged me into this situation. From the beginning, you deliberately approached me as a blood bag, to the later malicious derailment and the pregnancy of the mistress, to the later drugging and planning to drive me out of the house. Which of you deserves my gratitude? Not to mention that you deliberately indulged Chang Yang to find someone to deal with me. I have kept the evidence. You can wait to spend the rest of your life in prison. Liu Yan lowered his head and begged humbly. Jean, I'm sorry for you. Please forgive me. You know Liu's is all my hard work. Once it's gone, I'm done. It's too late. I had already handed this document to the tax bureau before I came. I came here specially to see how miserable you are. I love to see a drowning dog being beaten up the most. Liu Yan couldn't bear it anymore and grabbed my neck all of a sudden. I was caught off guard and was almost suffocated by him. Luckily, Gu Lu appeared in time and kicked him away. Who is he? Liu Yan's eyes were red. Cough, cough, cough. I couldn't answer at all. Her bodyguard. Gu Lu answered for me. You'd better go back to the company quickly. I guess the people from the investigation bureau will be here soon, Gu Lu said slowly. Lu Yen stood up and staggered away. Thanks. I put my hands together to express my gratitude to Gu Lu. If it weren't for him, I might have really passed away. Lu Yen really wanted to kill me. I took the money. Gu Lu was still cold. But you don't plan to let Lu's mother know that you are her biological daughter? No. I think it might be the best punishment to let her worry about her daughter's whereabouts and whether she is living well all her life, feel guilty about it, and lose her appetite. A few days later, Lu Yen was taken away. He evaded taxes and transferred company property in huge amounts, and was sentenced to 10 years. After Cheng Yang had her child aborted, her uterus was removed. When she woke up, she learned that she was not Lu's mother's daughter. She couldn't bear the blow and went crazy. I paid to send her to a mental hospital. I guess she will never get out. Lu's mother was depressed and soon became seriously ill and bedridden. I went to the prison to see Lu Yen once. He had a short haircut and wore prison clothes. He looked much more sinister. Zhou Ruijin, you came to see me laugh. Yes. Lu Yen, you are not wrong to end up like this today. Haha, I lost because I am unlucky. But you wait, when I get out of prison, I can't kill you. His eyes were vicious and ruthless, like a knife tempered with blood, making people feel cold all over. But I am not afraid of him. Just pray that you can survive in prison for 10 years. As far as I know, you have offended many people in these years, right? In addition, I came here today to tell you a good news. I am the biological daughter of the Lu family, and everything you have is mine. Thank you for your hard work over the years, so that I can have the wealth I have today, I said to Lu Yen sincerely. Lu Yen was so angry that his veins popped out. So, all this was designed by you. I just sent a fake parent-child report to Cheng Yang, and the rest were all your own doing. Lu Yen was so angry that he laughed. Zhou Ruijin, you are so cruel. You are so cruel. Then he spat out a mouthful of blood on the glass and fell straight down. It was evening when I walked out of the prison, and the sky was full of colorful clouds. From a distance, I saw a man standing next to the black Rolls-Royce, smoking with his head down. I walked over slowly. He raised his head to put out the cigarette, and asked me with a smile, "Go home?" I nodded and said, "Go home."